Welcome to African Do here in New York at the Concordia Summit. Joining us today is Aubrey Hruby. Welcome to you. You're a senior fellow at the African Center of the Atlantic Council. We're going to talk today about the implications for Africa of the US-China trade war. Tell us about it.
There's kind of trade diversion as many US companies move their manufacturing supply chains out of China and are looking for new global destinations.
You think that Africa could play its card there?
So I think in that environment, African countries like Ethiopia and Senegal and others who are prioritizing industrial growth have an opportunity to kind of attract some of that investment into light manufacturing.
China is extremely important for Africa. It's one of the main investors. Do you think that Africa will also be a battleground in the trade war between Beijing and Washington?
I think it already is. I think there's a lot of concern around the Chinese financing of infrastructure in African markets, but on the other side of it, US companies haven't historically done a lot of infrastructure in emerging markets. In fact, we're a service-based economy in the US, and so the companies that have operated across Africa have been more in other sectors. So I do think that the countries continue to need to engage with China in a meaningful and rational and economically sustainable way. But at the same time, they need to find ways to forge new partnerships with both the US government and US companies.
Is there a shift in the perception of Africa in American decision makers?
I think the framework of the kind of US-Chinese global competition has elevated the discussion around African markets. There's a new program called Prosper Africa that exists to essentially help mobilize more American corporate interest in Africa. There's a greater focus on commercial engagement in the region.
Stay with us on African Do and get the conversation going on Facebook, Twitter, and so on.